there's a quick tutorial how to install lights for the 996, 911s. Very simple process. Basically, just pull out your new headlight that you get in, and you got to swap out a couple of components from the old one to this one. So you got to be removing this cover here. I'll show you that in just a bit. And we can pull the other light out and have them side by side for comparison. Alright, so to remove this light is very simple. It's actually, you only need, there's a special tool they have, but you can do it with a 6mm long socket. You remove this little panel here, you unscrew it, comes off, and then there's supposed to be a plug right there in that hole. This one doesn't have it, but it's okay. So there's a little Allen wrench. I'll show you kind of what it looks like once I get the light out. So you turn it counterclockwise, and you'll start seeing the light popping out. Once you notice that, it's like about a quarter turn. Just pop it out. There's tons of videos out there to show you how to pop it out. Very simple. You pop it out, and the connector stays there. So very nice, unique design. Just stays there, connects to here, and there you go. You got the light out. So next, what you do is I'm gonna put both the lights side by side so you guys can see how it's done. All right, once you got them side by side, very simple from here. Let me show you. To get this cover out, there's one screw right here, which is a Phillips. Another one over here, another Phillips. So we'll take those off right now and show you how it's done. Wanna hold this one? Set them aside. And you pull these tabs back, and it'll start coming out. And there you have it. Fully uncovered. So just kind of put that right here in the bottom. And then for this one, a little bit different. You just got Phillips screws all the way around. Take them all off. To the side. Out to the side. Let me show you how it looks in here between the two. So this is a new style headlight here. You got your old one. So there's your HID light bulb here. That's your little motor that moves the lights, and that's a little connector here. From here, to remove the light bulb, you just twist this to counterclockwise and you pull it. And same with this ring connector. Twist. Very important, you wear gloves for this, and you do not want to touch any part of this, because that just called premature wear on the light bulb, and it'll burn out very quickly. Make sure you're wearing gloves and you don't touch the light bulb at all. So look at the orientation, how you had the other one mounted. You see that there's a little tab here and then one here. So you just want to mount it here. If you look inside, there's like a little slot for the little ground electrode here. Make sure you align that, put it in there, it'll land in there. So then you clip these over, and the light bulb secure. So that part's over. Next part is a little trickier, but very simple still. Took off the connector for this. There's 2 screws in here, and they are T20 Torx. You remove those. Set them off aside. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this in here, but in here there's a little ball and tab. I'll show you when I take it off. This is probably one of the trickiest parts, but once you get this down, everything else is very straightforward. Let's see how best we can get it on camera. Try to get as close as possible. So what you want to do is you want to twist it off to one side and then pull out. And this is what I'm talking about. This goes behind a little slot that moves the lens around, and that's how you put it. Just kind of twist to one side and pull out. So once you have this out, just kind of set it aside for now, and then you got to prep the new one for it. Now the new one here, it just has a little slot here. Can you see that very good, Hector? There's 2 fit-up screws holding this one on. This is just kind of a holder here. Take them both off. It's helpful to have a magnetic screwdriver so you don't drop the screws in there. Same thing. This one's a little trickier than your other one. Same thing, you want to kind of go at an angle. What you're essentially trying to do is you're trying to slide it behind the little groove so it sits in the slot, just like the old one. Let me show you what you're trying to do here. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see that, but right back here, right there is a slot you're trying to slide it in. This one, you go from the inside, from the right to left, and this one's kind of the opposite. You go from right to left to put it in. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but it's in the little slot back there. So now what you do is you grab your new connector, you match up the, it can only go one way, as you can see. So just match it up there. You go until it clicks like that. Now what you want to do next is go back to your old headlight, or we're going to remove the ballast for the HID lights. Same thing, you're going to go with your Torx. It's going to be a T20. Go from here. You're gonna reuse this screw for your new headlight, so you want to make sure you save that screw. the way you remove this, you just pull it up from one side and slide it out. There's a little slot there that this goes in. So once you have this out, just remember the orientation is coming out. Like, take it out. You lift on these two tabs up, and then you just pull out. So this right here, you gotta make sure that which way is orientated, so you put it the same way on your new headlight, which is gonna be from the bottom up. So on the inside, you have 4 tabs that you have to come off. Usually we do 1 or 2, the rest will just kind of come off. Sometimes you can get it with your hands, sometimes you just have to use a screwdriver. Sometimes a little tricky because you got 4 tabs that you're working with here. There it is. So now before you pull it out, take a look at the orientation you're pulling it out from. So this side goes to the back of the headlight, and then this one, it seems like it doesn't fit, but it fits. Just gotta kind of find the best way to get it out, like that. So now you go to your new one. Same thing, slide it in, and this was the orientation it came out from. There you have it. Now, same thing with this. You just plug it in. There you have it. So now you set it into place, like so. Grab your original frame, you slide it behind here, the original slot that it came with. So slide in there, and the screw that you removed from your old headlight, you put it here on the new headlight. It's a very well thought out design, very simple, everything fits the way it should. Just a little tricky, but very well thought out. You don't want to go too tight on this, just snug up. Remember, it's plastic. Plastic is very easy, very, very high quality. So once you put this back on, all you find is the little 2 slot. You see the little 2 ears here, you see the little slots here. So all you do is just match up 2, and to your right. Be very careful, these are very fragile as well. Very careful, make sure you're aligning properly when you're putting them on, and just double check everything. Make sure this connector is fully seated, these are connected, everything else is good. You got the light bulb fully seated and firm. You put the cover back on, you align all the holes. One thing we didn't record, but make sure you don't forget to put the 2 screws that hold the motor in place. You could use the new ones that it came with, or 2 Phillips. Make sure you don't forget those. We didn't get to record that. Very simple, just how you remove them, you put them back on. Once you double check that everything's on properly, you put the cover back on. Use all the same screws that it came with, the new ones. Snug them all up. There you have it. It's that simple. How you take your brand new headlights, amazing looking headlights. You can walk over to your car. And very simple way to install it. You got the same original style connector. The connector's in the car. Some cars are a little bit different, but very high quality headlight, very simple to install, very easy to swap out the cars. In my opinion, one of the best looking headlights that I've seen on cars out there. So you just slide it in. When you put it in, you gotta make sure you put it on the slots right here. There's two slots. There's this one here and this one over here. Make sure you put them on there when you put on the headlight. Once you know that they're there, you just slide it through. You got your 6mm or your special Porsche tool. You put it through the slot here on the side of the car. So you turn it until you'll hear a click once it's on. So that's all on. You hear the click and you'll feel it. It's only about a quarter of a turn, it's not much. Once you got that, you put your little cap on. This one doesn't have it, but if you do, there's a little plug that goes there. You screw this back on. And there you go. Now let me close up on it here. There you go. Two very, very good looking headlights. Just makes the car look day and night difference. How much better it looks.